Shalom everyone. Today's video will be pretty short. This is more of an update than an actual analysis. There will be some analysis, but here we go. So basically, I'll start with the bad news. It's not looking good as far as our response to Gaza. The entire country is shocked and our government is still playing games. Last night, they were still able to fire rockets onto Israel, which seems like a pretty tall order when Israel is supposedly decimating that entire region. So if Israel is bombarding them and killing so many people and making them all hide underground and cutting off their water and electricity, how are they still able to fire hundreds of rockets into Israel last night, which is exactly what they did? Red alerts were sounded all throughout Israel. Doesn't make sense that they were able to do that. Okay, hey, what's up? How are you? Anyways, so I don't know if people think that Israel is actually doing anything different. The answer is no. And there's no better proof than all the rockets and red alert sounds that were launched last night. And Benjamin Netanyahu even said that his goal in this war is not to reconquer Gaza, which is the only possible outcome that won't lead to more kidnappings in the future. His goal is to topple the Hamas government, which basically means he wants to replace it with the Fatah government, which is just as bad. And lots of our soldiers are going to die just to replace Hamas with an identical Islamic fundamentalist, violent, cruel government. So there's that. And and they're going to negotiate these prisoners. They're going to negotiate the hostage releases. But you know what? It's better that they die. If you knew what they at this point, if you knew what they did to the women that they captured and possibly the children, at this point it's better that they get killed. These hostages are not going to come back the same people. This is not Gilad Shalit. These are women who went through unspeakable things. And it's better that there was actually a funeral this morning in Karnei Shomron. And the mother, her daughter was killed at the music festival. And the mother actually said, it's a good thing my daughter was killed and not kidnapped. Because if she was kidnapped, it would have been much worse than death. Now Gilad Shalit was one guy. And Israel released hundreds of terrorists for his release in exchange. Now you have I think over 100 hostages. How many terrorists are we going to release for them? And these hostages are better off dead. I'm sorry to say it, but they're better off dead after what they've been through and what they're going to keep going through until they're released. Better kill them all. Better to completely decimate Gaza, turn it into dust with the hostages in it. Kill them too. Reconquer Gaza and learn our lesson that in Israel you don't give up land to your enemies, because nothing good could possibly come out of it, only bad. Unfortunately, our government has not learned that lesson. Our people have, and I think that's another bit of good news, is that the people are extremely angry, like never before. The people are completely shocked and outraged, and while the government isn't, the people are. And just a small development that took place today, Itamar Ben-Gvir, who is in charge of the interior security, which basically means he's in charge of the police, in charge of the police in Israel, he is boosting the local militias throughout Israel to give them more arms, which I interpret it as more localized, arming locals, giving Israeli people more arms to fight for themselves, which is a good thing because we can't rely on the army to protect us in case what happened on Shmini Atzeret didn't reveal that already. We can't rely on the army to protect us. The civilian population in Israel is gobbling up guns, and hopefully with this new program there will also be a lot more rifles available. and we can level the playing field, because when the Arabs come to attack, we're ready. We got to be ready. We don't have a choice at this point. And we understand that we civilians understand in Israel that the army's not protecting us, so we got to protect ourselves. So we're going to be more prepared, and we also understand that because the army can't protect us, God can protect us. So it's strengthening our faith in God, and it's making us more self-reliant when it comes to our own protection, which is extremely important in light of what happened. So that's just a quick update. Not that quick maybe, but I'm gonna keep letting you guys know about what's going on here. What's the sentiment? The sentiment on the ground, our blood is boiling. Everyone I talk to, it's just, I've never heard so many Israelis talk about going on the offensive, like invading villages. You know, just returning the favor, shall we say. It's a very different atmosphere. Unfortunately, the government hasn't gotten the memo, but that's okay. We'll give them the memo. They'll find out very soon. All right, I love you all. Peace. Shabbat Shalom.